So I'm gonna try something a little different than normal. So you've seen the video already of me testing it, seeing how dirty it was. I pulled all the hardware out. So what I tell you I do, pull all the hardware out, clean the case up. You know, here's the side panel, here's the front panel. Nice and clean. Side panel, nice and clean. Okay, this back plate's in already. So you can see the motherboard here. A lot of shininess coming off. Yeah, looks pretty clean. Everything looks fine on the board visually. You've seen the system boot up. So you just go ahead and got this motherboard in place. Did straighten out the piece in the back, so that's good to go now. Okay. The system can keep running, but it's just running at stock speeds. Let's go ahead and check these wires out. So this here, I believe is what is this? Front USB, because it does have a USB port in the front. And then other wires come from the front. Let's get these other wires to set the USB port. The Wi-Fi antenna, so this is a power cord. It hooks in the front. Probably can't even see the cables down here because of the way the angle is, but they're right here. We'll plug that in. Then this one here is audio. So we'll also plug this in. There's little locker things in the bottom too that are supposed to help these kind of stay in place. I don't know what that was. Jeez, man. Well, violence out there in the hallway with a damn cart. Yeah, they bought a bunch of old shopping carts, so that's what people go down there and get so they can bring stuff up into their apartments. Is this another USB port I'm hooking in? Because it has two USBs on the front, and then two on the top. I don't know if the tops are USB 2 or 3, but the two in the front are USB 2. Oh yeah, well these, I'm talking about the other case. So this is USB 2. Yeah. So it has two USB 2s in the front and on the top. And now we got, let's just go to, this is another USB. So that's a USB. So that the other cable must have been audio. So there's all that. All the main wires are in. And you can see here, probably not. They're all tucked in down here. We still have, our 4 2 gig sticks. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8 gigs of RAM. No, it's not running quad channel, it's just dual channel, because it's the way the board's designed. We'll leave these unhooked until I get the power supply in, because that was a little tricky to get out because that was in the way. So we'll try that. We'll put the power supply in now and next. Just right behind me. Show you how clean this is. So this is pretty clean. I don't know if it's going to focus or not, but it says right here max output, power 12 volt. So on the 5 volt rail, max output is 142 watts. Is this? Where's the 12 volt rail? 12 volt rail is 385, and this is a total of a 460 watt power supply. That's what I mean by the USB is like, it goes right where this thing wants to go to, where the power supply needs to be at. So there's that. The power supply is in. We'll grab screws to screw it in. Yeah, I figured I'd do a little different. Maybe the people who want to buy this actually want to see, like, hey, this thing, you know, because I'm going to start listing to my systems as refurbished. Like, why not? You know, that's what I'm doing, is I'm refurbishing them. You know. Yeah, I'm going to keep the 500 gig in here. I'm trying to keep this price down to the minimum, and the fact that I want to try to get these systems done. And I don't know what's up with Newegg, but lately it's been really terrible. I ordered, I think it was first, I ordered like 8 SSDs. I ordered 4, and then I ordered 4 more right after it. And then I never received them, and then I was like, well, when am I gonna get them? And they're like, well, they were damaged in shipping. So here's we're gonna start with the 4-pin. So they're damaged in shipping. So I was like, okay, I get that all the time from Amazon for some reason. Like, instead of hooking that in right now, we're gonna, you know, I'm gonna turn this around so I can reinstall the DVD player and this bracket here. These cords won't be in the way. Let's put this in. So this kind of just notches in. You don't see a lot of these left in computers. It's amazing. I got 2 of them that actually had these still in it. So you can use mounts in here for like an SSD. Yeah, most of the time they're not in there. You just got the one spot for mounting. I'm putting it in there, and I'm putting it in there wrong. So this goes in here. Goes underneath here without all the wires in the way, and you can see here it just slides into here down at the bottom. So that goes into place, and that's good. Yep. And then we'll screw this in too. Yeah, people say, oh, it's easy what you're doing, just posting stuff to YouTube. Well, I would be technically done. It wouldn't take me that long to finish this. It'd be, you know, if I didn't have to set the camera up and the mic, and then I don't do really too much editing, so I like to have these videos one stream. Some of them I have done some editing too, but just cutting parts out of it. I'd rather have people see what I'm actually doing, you know. One live thing, you know, I guess I could go live, but then I could probably do 720p maybe, because my upload is pretty bad. Put that in right, making sure I put that in the right orientation. And plus, this way, whoever buys this computer, you can see the build of it. You know, I took the whole thing apart, put it back together after cleaning it, and then, you know, good servicing on it. So we'll put this in. This is a little adapter that gives you USB 3 in the front underneath the little door. Like, you know, when they use this case for different computers, that's where a card reader would be at. It wouldn't be at the very top like the XPSs have them on. And this is the exact same, pretty much. I can, if I want it, I can take the stuff out of here and put it in the black case, swap these over like that, because this is that case. It just has different covers on it. This is plastic, so that's the only thing really different. And obviously the motherboard is different, because it's this is a 2700, another one's a 2600, and another one's a 4770. It's amazing, you know, you change your mind on stuff. Like, I got the i7 4770 to go with that other motherboard that's aftermarket, but then after getting it and I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I don't really like this board. So I decided to keep that with it, because I was going to put the i5 45. So you just route this down out of the way, and now we'll start doing this. Obviously, I haven't reinstalled the operating system either, so I'll have to do that. I do that all the time on these because I have no idea what they put on there. And some of them I think they just clone off the drive and they use the same drive. Like they already pre-cloned it off, which isn't hard. You know, they probably got a computer hooked up and they can hook 4 or 5 drives off and clone the drives off. So they have, you know, multiple clones of a drive that has Windows 10 on it, or you know, Windows 10 Home, Windows 10 Pro, whatever. Or they don't clone them off right away. Once they get another computer, they wipe the drive and then they just clone the drive that they have already prepared and they drop that in. I say that because, you know, like I had another system that was set like it was a laptop. When you push a power button, it went to sleep. Unless they went through in the settings and changed it. That's like a default thing. It's like it should be already kind of, by default a desktop will be set to, and this guy's a little clip down here. I guess I could have put that in first. That holds the antenna, and then the antenna just runs along the bottom here, snaps in. These are always the fun things to get in. Yeah, I think the people below me need hearing aids or something. So if you can hear them talking, that's nothing I can do about it, because the people downstairs won't do really anything about it. Arguing, fighting. Okay, so this went up through here. There's a fan hooked in. It's out of the way. The fan's hooked in, the USB's hooked in. So, I don't know about what cable. So this cable is going to go for the DVD-ROM, and then I'm going to use this cable here. I don't know why they notched that up like that. For just tied in like this, it's just fighting with me to not want to be clean. Plus, I live right by the elevators. I guess I don't have the best spot for recording, you know, videos. Right next to the elevator, and there's like so much traffic out of that elevator. So this wire's snapped in, and you can see here we do have a 6-pin and a 6-pin. So you could do 2 6-pins. That's what I'm looking for. Like, you can do something like this. So this is a 6, so you just snap this in, like this. So it takes 2 6-pins, makes it to an 8-pin, or in this case you could still just do a 6-pin to an 8-pin, which I don't think I have one of them. But something like this, if you're trying to get an 8-pin, you can do something like that. You know, because there is cars out there that use 8-pin that don't actually use a lot of power. So we'll push that in here. I have to find a way to get these cables actually want to not be in the way, be out in the open. Let's try to bend these kind of like this so they go inward instead of trying to go out like they were before. There's a little click. So there's the 24-pin. We got both of our cables hooked in here. Got these cables here too. So here's our, this is going to be for the hard drive, and this is going to be for the DVD-ROM. You hook in the SATA up to the hard drive, to this one here, which is blue, and then the, flip This one here and then this here is where the hard drive would be hooked in. Hard drive. Oh my! This blue one is where you hook a hard drive in. This white one's where you do the DVD-ROM. So we'll do that. I'm trying to get this cable nice and neat. It goes this way. And we can bring this underneath here and just plug that right in. Okay, can't do too much with that one because of the way this tray is. This tray wasn't in here. Obviously I could fork it more that way. Then we have our cable for the DVD-ROM. It's the only people that didn't really wipe up, but theirs that's clean now. So plug this in. I actually kind of try to get this routed behind here, and then this will plug in. So there's our DVD-ROM. Now obviously once I put the front panel on and the video card and the other card in, I'll cut the video, and then I'll install Windows 10 onto this drive and do the updates, the video card and all that. So what do I want to do first? So this is the little USB 3.0 adapter that's in here. Who is it made by? It's Gigabyte, so it is a good drive, I think. You know, I don't know. Leave that in the comments below if you think these are good. But it is USB 3.0. You got the one here, and then the one that goes to the front is just a regular USB. You know, technically, if you had a nice enough USB drive as a boot drive like I do, I could just plug in a boot drive that thumb drive right into here and have a boot off the thumb drive. But I'm not going to do that. So we're going to hook in, and I'm going to put this in. Where was this? I think this was at the bottom. We'll put this at the bottom so it isn't in the way of any, like, maybe in the future want to hook a DVD-ROM in. This normally goes in there, but I'm not gonna put this back in there. It's just really annoying to get this in here because most of the time these grab. You know, like, what's it really doing? You don't see that in any other computer, so I'm not gonna add that back in there because they just grab when you try to put a card in, and it fights with you to get the card in. And then we'll have to hook in the USB. So obviously it's just a extension for it. I think it goes in like this. There's that, and then here's the video card. This is a NVIDIA GT 530. I think it just had 1 gig of VRAM, but then we got VGA, HDMI, and DVI. This case has, for video out, it already has HDMI and VGA. I did think I seen in the BIOS that it did allow for dual monitors, so you can run onboard graphics and this video card at the same time. So if you had multiple monitors, you could use all these hookups here, and then the ones in the back too. Obviously, you know, this one probably is going to run faster, hopefully. So that clips in, and then you got this little piece here that slots in the back, and then one screw holds them in. Well, before I do that, I almost forgot. You know, like there's other covers that go in here. So we got these other covers that go in here. So you just drop these in. And then put this on. So now you got all the covers in the back. And then you just tighten that down. Yeah, I've been using this screwdriver lately more because it's long. This is smaller, so you know, most of the time I do like this anyways. But okay, Okay, so that's, you know, you just flip this. So there's a video card, the adapter piece. You see the cable management still isn't perfect, but it is a Dell computer, so they're never really perfect. So then, whoa. I guess I have to pull this up if I can. Pull that up so you can see a little bit better on the front end side. Okay, still not high enough. So you just go right here. Then I have the front panel here, which, you know, has these little holes here. Lines up with these here. Too far. These holes here line up with these at an angle a little bit. So they go in, they kind of snap in, and then that's good. And you can see the USBs in there nice and neat. Okay, and then put the side panel on, and then that's done for this part. And then, you know, I'll have to, you know, stop recording, and then screws over. Where the heck did I just do? Lost the. Oh, here's the one screw. So here's the screw for the back panel. So as you can see, this thing was fully taken apart and cleaned, and then put back together. And now I'm gonna work on doing the Windows 10 install and doing updates. There's little fine, you know, little scratches right here I couldn't get out, little marks here and here I couldn't get out. So I taped over this is where the key is for Windows. There's another mark here. I couldn't really get that off of there because this is textured, so it's really hard to get that out of there. You know, other panels clean. You can see the front's pretty clean. And like I said, this thing, you know, I took apart. Got a mark here somehow. But yeah, it's pretty clean. So now what I'm gonna do is in this section right here, and then the next part will be actually booting the system up after I get Windows installed and all the updates and drivers onto it, so we can see how good it actually performs. So here comes the second part of this video.